When you look from the outside at what we achieved, in the circumstances that we achieved, this just felt like there were so many people depending on me. It was a matter of all sorts. I had to find a way, making the players believe what was achievable. If we were going to go down, we were going to go down fighting. If we can stabilise the club now, the club will go forward and I think could see a run for the Premiership in the years to come. We've all got to be together. We've all got to be together to survive and to move forward. And that's what we're going to try and do.
Good morning to you.
How are you today?
Good, I'm ready.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. My dad's Ali.
Oh, that's your dad?
Yes, sir.
He's my man.
He always talks about you.
He's my man, I like him. Here we go. It's a big moment, you guys. It's a big moment. You realize in about 12 hours, we're going to be in Leeds.
That's great.
Which is just right down the road from Huddersfield. Go Terriers! You know, wouldn't that not be fun, though? If we actually picked up 3 points on Monday? Because it moves us up in the table to a point where somebody just looking at the table at the end of the season would never have thought that team was going to be relegated. And that's pretty impressive. Can't wait until I get there. Really interested in meeting the people of Huddersfield. I feel because of the connections that I've been having with them on Twitter, it's kind of a kinship. It's really interesting. If you think about it, a little over a year, they're on the verge of almost being, moved into Premier League. So a year later, fighting for survival to stay out of League One. I'm excited to be there. While I can't do everything that I want to do, there's going to be plenty of times to come back. But we want to roll up our sleeves.
Being a good custodian in football is really hard. You've got to manage the highs and you've got to ride out the lows. When Kevin leaves his football club, and at some point he will, then he can look back and say, I've left this football club in a better place than where I found it. And I've definitely done that over the last 14 years. And if Kevin can do that as well, then I think and I believe then we're in a really good place as a football club, a town and a community.
Do you feel fresh or washed out? You feel fresh as a day, right?
Fresh as a day.
I mean, it's early in the morning in Leeds. I just talked to Carmichael Dave and he said, what time it was? Remind me. 1:41 in the morning. Good morning.
Big day today. Last game. You meet the people for the first time. One of the biggest moves I ever made in my whole life. A lot of emotions going through my head right now. Nervousness, anxiety. But today's going to be interesting because I'm getting a chance to meet the people. For the very first time, face to face. Adversity is just a thing in life. Nothing's as good as it seems, nothing's as bad, but somewhere in the middle is reality. That's where we are. We have to be in reality. It should be a day for Dean. It's his last match as a chairperson And I hope that they celebrate him for what he did. You can give that to Michael. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Here we go. So I'm told this is the evil empire here, but I love arch rival competitions if you can make sure that you manage them without fights and riots. Jake Edwards has been the president of the USL, which is the championship league in the United States for the better part of a decade. The Sac Republic plays in that league, got to know each other and got to know each other really quite well the last few years.
On a trip to Sacramento, I'd come out to see Kevin and the mayor. And he'd said, hey, Jake, one or two things have been put in front of me. What did you think about this country or that league or this club? And I'd ended up getting approached by the group that were sort of brokering the sale in partnership with Dave Baldwin. They had reached out to me and said, hey, look, this is going on and we're not sure these groups are going to get over the line. And I said, well, I think I might know someone that might be interested in that.
He had an idea of taking football teams under the same ownership and figuring out how to create synergies, best practices and make them better, more competitive. He and I had that discussion. I always kept in the back of my head he'd probably be a good guy to have work on your team. And it just seemed like a natural fit to somehow work together. So here we are.
So we just arrived.
It's funny, look at the stadium, and then you've got all these businesses. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to think these businesses somehow support.
Compliment.
Yes.
Oh, converting the pub. Yeah, look at this.
This is amazing.
You're the one that speaks to me on Twitter. I wished you a safe journey.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. The part that I will never forget, I'll take it to my grave, is we were driving up, we saw hundreds of people that were around the stadium before you enter it. We were standing there, and I'm going, I wonder why they're showing up so early. What's your name?
Max.
Max? You taking care of him?
Yeah.
All right. Good boy. What's your name?
Jackson.
Jackson, nice to meet you.
I'm not sure Kevin quite knows what he's actually bought. I think when he saw the fans outside the stadium wanting his autograph and signature, I think it sunk in a little bit. I think that made him think, okay, yeah, this is interesting.
People flocked around me, and they were just incredibly nice. The kids were just sweet as could be. They're asking for autographs and pictures and thanking me. It was just, it was overwhelming in a positive and emotional way for the good. And I felt it locked to say this was the right decision to make. We just put the bow on it. You know what? Let's win today.
Let's win today.
All right, thank you. All right, enjoy you guys. Thank you. Hello, gentlemen. Kevin Nagle, nice to meet you.
Welcome to town.
Thank you. God bless.
Welcome to the stadium. Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
very much.
Take
Same
care.
here. Christine. Love those names.
Look, because on match day. Come on in.
Is it-
You go in. The directors.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And then 14 in the guest lounge. So, but in the Premier
Pleasure to meet you.
We call him DTS for short. David
Well,
Frelpole
DTS,
site.
I've heard a lot about this.
Do you want to go see the pitch? Yeah, before it fills up, yeah? Yeah, cool, yeah. All right.
First time.
This is it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's in good condition considering it's the last game of the season. It's in very good condition. Yeah. So we're tantamount to a sellout today. Most of our fans have season tickets, to be fair, because the price is so reasonable. If you can make half of our home games, it's financially works for you to have a season ticket, to be honest. So we have around 16,000 season ticket holders and about 2,000 to 4,000 walk up.
Is this Terry the Terrier?
Terry,
Terry
Kevin
the
Nagle,
Terrier.
Terry.
Pleasure. No. I'm Kevin. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good. How are you, young lady?
Hi.
How are you, young man?
Good.
You good? What about you? What's your name?
Isaac.
Isaac? We met, didn't we?
Yeah.
We met.
We're just missing you now, sir. Where are you?
I am on the other side of the day, getting ready to start my show, and very, very jealous right now. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. We were telling stories. We were telling old war stories about you, Dave, but you wouldn't like what we had to say.
Neil.
Final veto.
How are you, Kevin?
I'll introduce you to Kevin properly.
I said I was going to hug this guy.
I know.
Just make it a lot easier. You made mine
Oh, it's
spin
good,
a lot
isn't
better.
it? Yeah, it's
You look relaxed.
better for you.
Because I met your lovely wife today. So
She's come today. Come up from 6 hours driving.
I mean, that's like a lot of convincing, but there should be a day of celebration.
Oh, they just needed leading, really. But I didn't want to get relegated.
It's part of your legacy. But here's the question I had for you. Are you going for 3 points today?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it was 53 points, right? 53 points.
Yeah.
It puts us like in the middle of the
table. No, it does.
I mean, it would. If somebody were looking at the end of the year, they'd say, well, those guys look like they were just fine the whole time.
No, if we only got a point, if we had to get a point today, it wouldn't have been the same atmosphere, would it, at minute? Everybody would be panicking. The lads would, thank goodness we did it on Thursday. And they were trying to beat me, weren't they, some of them? My old club, Sheffield United.
I saw that they put in there.
Full team.
They had 3 strikers
at
one
they did.
time. Well, guess what? They didn't, right?
Correct.
And now they're going to have to go up there and face the music. I mean, the one thing I would say about managers in, football is that in 1 minute they might be picking the grapes and the next minute drinking them. And I think that, when you're mentally and physically tough, like someone like Neil Warnock is, he's prepared at any age to be able to take on that next task.
When I found out that Kevin was going to take that club, whether we got relegated or not, boy, I thought, what a man he is, because got gooses again up my legs now. But because it takes some, to say I'll buy it anyhow in a short space of time like that. Dean was, not desperate, but he was so pleased to give it to somebody like Kevin, who saw a future in it.
Danny Ward, who scored the winner on Thursday night.
I know who this guy is. I know who this is.
Yeah,
I don't recognize.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Stacktown Sports. Kevin, it's Dave, it's Jason. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen, from Huddersfield.
Nice. Hey, first off, thanks for the invite, dude.
We don't have enough time to go through that, Dave. You know that.
How has the last 48 hours been for you?
Oh, it's been absolutely unbelievable. I mean, the fans have been fantastic. It's really one of the storied, football teams in England over, 100 plus years. And we had an opportunity to take ownership of it. And it was just something that I couldn't pass up. And I mean, just being here, you can understand why. They sleep, eat, and breathe football. It's amazing.
This one had the potential to be winner takes all, but after Huddersfield beat Sheffield United 1-0 on Thursday, thanks to Danny Ward's wonder goal, nothing rides on this on the final day. Neil Warnock, who took on what he described as his biggest challenge, has been the mastermind of survival again. Who got the Guard of Honour after the Sheffield United game. All smiles here, and his team on the attack again with a good-looking ball to the back of the area. Again, it's Sarah and Boyce Clark, a bit too hesitant inside the area. And a chance here for Huddersfield, which is swept in by Josh Karama.
First goal in person.
And they're going to have another go here. And it's a fabulous hit from home by the substitutes. Push it right till the end of this game. We're a bit too close to the keeper though. And that will be that. Another win for Huddersfield, who finish on the final day with yet another 3 points under Neil Warnock.
Good day at the office.
Good day at the office.
Neil Warnock has done the job again. And now just listen to them. One more year is what they want. And with Neil Warnock, you just never know.
I didn't need the contract. I didn't need the money for that, you know. I didn't need it. I just, you know, I've never really shied away from a challenge. The fans got behind me. The players were fabulous. We managed to get the results, probably the biggest achievement of my whole career, and I think it was really, in the circumstances.
We just need somebody to believe in us, which Neil has brought in for us. He's brought that sense of belief, which I think we've been missing for a very long time. And now that we've stayed up, beaten Reading today, I love it!
So we came just to celebrate, to be honest. The previous match, which is the Sheffield United one, was really good. Yeah, it was a relief for Town. I've been supporting them for over 9 years, or 10 years since I came to Huddersfield, and I've been so proud.
You want to stick to the club, you stay there for the rest of your life.
You don't even have a choice, do you?
Not really, no. Well, you do, but if you make the wrong choice, you're going to get vilified for it all the time.
It was a very scrappy game, actually, I thought to myself. And I thought, whoever that number 7 was, I'm going to come for you for hurting David Kasuma.
Absolutely, just my boyfriend, I'm going to come for you.
But you know, you stick together as a football team. If you're a hardcore fan, you're a Town fan, if you're West Yorkshire, you're going to stick by this Yorkshire side club, so it's really good.
It's my first time in Town. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time, really.
Because I keep telling him about how great is the atmosphere here.
So we make a fan of you today? Yes, exactly.
One extra fan now.
You know, we're back in the Championship now, and to stay up is massive. I think for a long time the ownership has been, you know, in a bit of doubt, and what Dean has done for us over the years is huge. And obviously Kevin coming in is massive. We want 19,000-20,000 at every game. We don't just want people to turn up that don't care. Speaking on behalf of a lot of fans, they want that. They want someone that cares about the club. They want the investment.
Yeah, good, thanks, you.
Hey, everybody.
How are you?
Are you that special lady that I heard about?
I am. My mum has had to sacrifice so much to allow us to come to games, and a lot of people will be like this that have had to work extra jobs and extra shifts to allow us to come to Huddersfield.
We could have actually chosen, you know, different clubs to invest in and take ownership in. This is the one that made sense to me because the people, the culture, I related more to that than anything else because of where I came from. Never forget those things. I relate to your story and I appreciate your story, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and the only test is going to be time. Thank you very much.
I hope we get a good manager. I hope you keep Neil in. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, God bless.
See you later.
Hey, what is your name, guys?
Welcome to Huddersfield.
Thank you. What is your name?
Louis.
Louis? Nice to meet you. I've got a cousin named Louis. What's your name?
Scarlett.
Welcome to Huddersfield as well.
Thank you.
Hopefully you bring success.
Oh, it's been an unbelievable day. I mean, you probably couldn't have written a script like what happened today.
Dean had poured his blood, sweat and tears and a ton of money into this for many years. It was time now for someone else to take on that and try to carry it forward. And it's a great stadium, but it needs love and attention and investment. This is an amazing opportunity to try and take the club back to the Premier League, where it's been recently.
One group will say, we want just the best football team that exists. There's another group that will say, I want to make sure that there's a football club here for years to come. My parents introduced me to Town football, and I've introduced my children, and now my children, I have grandchildren, and they're being introduced to it, and I want to make sure that when I'm gone, it's here. Those are different people that want different things, but I do see that there's some other opportunities. I think that there's an economic opportunity. I think that this can be the engine within the community. Around the stadium, there's land opportunities for development, and I think those development opportunities lead to economic, viability. So I think it's more than just about football. It's bigger than the sport.
Support around it, so in terms of...
I think he very much is the right guy for this. He's excited by all of it. The tough side of it, he's he's excited for that too. You know, he sort of relishes on that and thrives on that. And Huddersfield has every chance and every right to be at the top level.
Yeah, the magic happens underneath.
I'd love to be in the Premier League. But if you do get in the Premier League, you better be prepared to stay in the Premier League. That requires an investment, that requires infrastructure. We've got to build the right team. I'm prepared to do that, but it's not going to be here today, gone tomorrow. I love England too much. I figure this is going to be a war that we're going to win in the end, so I can't be afraid of that. It's one big giant wow. I mean, what an incredible 4 or 5 days. I mean, really didn't know what to expect. Excited, don't know about the future. We're waiting for, obviously, for the EFL to make their decisions on what they need to. I don't feel that there's going to be any issue there, but it's just now time. There's unfinished business there. Huddersfield itself is waiting to be developed. I think actually for the better of the community, I think it's a great opportunity. I hope to be part of that. All things said and done, now we wait. Michael, deal just closed.
We've never had an owner who isn't from the UK before.
They've got a pride about their football club. It's my intent to continue to move that on down the field. We had a chance to talk to Neil. We're going to know in the next few days. We're negotiating those terms out.
Neil's not going to come on that journey, he's admitted as much.
It is my great honor and privilege to be here before you today. I can tell you that I'll do everything that we can to put our best foot forward to a team that you can be proud of.